Jerusalem, ikayalami, ilonoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana, dawo yami, ayikholana, buso wami, awukholana, ilonoloze.
Hello, Yannick, and first of all, a huge bravo. Hello to everyone. I'm going to ask a few questions, and then the questions will be open to you, journalists. So, wonderful scenario for you, Yannick. 2 months ago, you left from Les Sables with an ambition in the top 5, and here you are at the top. So, I want to know what you had to do to reach this position, and what did you go through? What I had to do, first of all, hello to everyone. Thank you for being here so early this morning. Thanks for the welcome from the Vendéen people. It was exceptional already, this finish in these sanitary conditions that are difficult. I have never experienced a return of the Vendée Globe, but in these conditions it was even more complex. So thank you for all these efforts that you made during this round the world. So yes, my goal was already to finish it because I tried to do it already in 2008. I dismasked it very quickly. It was a big frustration that I had to stand. I raced again, I won other races, and I did sailing, but it was really hard, and this participation in 2008, and this time I wanted to finish the Vendée, and to finish it quite well, because I had all the necessary cards. I have my partner, Maître CoQ, who really helped me in this project. I had a professional team around me, and I had a good boat, the experience, the maturity, and you tell yourself, if you finish, well, maybe you could be part of the first 5s. And as the race went along, I got into it. Some retired. There was damage. It's part of the Vendée Globe. It's like a marathon. And in the southern seas, when I was able to accelerate and catch up with the leaders, Thomas and Charlie, and take the lead, at that point, I really told myself that it was possible to do something. So in this case, you always put yourself new objectives. Christophe knows it. He told me finish in the 5 first, and then maybe in the first 3s, and then maybe if you're on the podium, maybe you could win it. So you're always setting higher objectives than you can reach. And I admit, when I was off Brazil without any wind, I didn't believe it anymore. So to show that there were many unexpected things that happened. So yes, I had to deal with ups and downs. All the sailors that will cross the Vendée Globe finish line is already a victory for them. From the first to the last, everyone has won in this race, and we all experience highs and lows. You tell yourself that you have thought about everything, that you have organized everything, but the Vendée Globe is a lot about unexpected things and some obstacles to overcome. So it's like one problem a day. You have to find the solutions. You have to find them far away. We all did it. Charlie with his foil casing, and he was about to retire, and he crosses the first. Louis, who went up his mast and who finishes almost the winner of the Vendée Globe. All the contenders who have been close to victory have thought at some point that everything would stop. So yes, we went to get it really far. Which was the key of your race? The key factor of my race was probably a good preparation ahead of time with a good team. This year I left really serene. In my head, I was well. I knew what it represented to do around the world solo. It was dangerous and risky. It wasn't simple, but I left without any stress in the best conditions that I could dream of. With my close relatives who helped me the week before the start in order to disconnect, to be zen. My partner, who never put any pressure on me by asking me to win the Vendée Globe so that it would be profitable for us, and my team. They told us, now you have a boat that is ready, you can pull on it, you can push it, we trust you and we're happy to have worked for you, so now it's your turn, it's up to you. So I left in really good conditions, and I think that was the key factor of the success. Yes, it seems that your clan is really close together with a lot of professionals and friends. We saw them on the pontoon. There was a really extreme joy that was sincerely shared by everyone. It was really a pleasure to see this. So maybe tell us about this, the importance of this team. Yes, it's really important. It's more than a team, it's a family. It's a very nice story. For me, I can tell you that everything went right for me the day I met Christophe in La Rochelle, the director of Maître CoQ, and told me, okay, we're doing this, we're signing with you, until I sold my first boat, and I bought Bilou's boat, and Bilou told me that he would share his know-how and put his team at my disposal. So we did a mix of Bretagne and La Rochelle, and it went really well. Everybody worked well together. There was Jean-Marie Maurice from the America's Cup, other persons from different races, from the Jules Verne, or Renan Le Goff, who is a crew member, a great crew member. So everything merged well together. And it's more than a team, it's a family. I hope that we will continue together. You admitted before the start having prepared mentally also with a coach. So how important was it for you? Because I think it's a race with a lot of mental importance. Yes, I began by doing yoga. Yes, the mental preparation, it's Jean-Marie Doris who brought this to me. He introduced me to Éric Blondeau, who worked with the French team of the 49ers, the Olympic teams, and also in rugby. At the beginning, I have to admit, moral preparation for me was not the first orientation that I took in terms of preparing the boat. But then when I met Éric, we talked together, and I told myself, wow, it's clear there is something to work on for me, to be more serene, to be a little more self-confident. But as I was saying, it's a budget, all this to prepare the boat, to prepare your mental health. So there are some things that I didn't buy, like some new sails. I decided not to invest in new sails. I tried to negotiate with my boss, but he's difficult to negotiate with. So I had no extended budget, and consequently, I decided to work with Éric because, yes, I understood that the Vendée Globe is not only a race of pure speed, but also a mental race. And there was a lot to find inside yourself to overcome the difficulties, and that it was an important aspect also. So I did it, and look, you can see it has transformed me. Okay, so now, are there any questions in the room for the journalists in the audience? And please use the mics for this. Yes, hello Yannick. You were involved in the operations of rescue of Pérarbe, and we could think from land that morally you may have had a little negative thought about the dangers of the race. Maybe did it hold you up a little bit in with the boats? Did you change a little bit your approach? Yes, it's a good question because yes, I was really moved by this this event. I think there's a video of the day after. It was maybe too early to talk about it because yeah, I saw Kevin on the pontoon earlier on, and he took me in his arms, and he told me he saw my interview after the rescue. Yes, it moved me a lot, and it took me some time to get back in the race after that. When it happened, the race direction called me and didn't ask me immediately to rescue Kevin. They asked me if it is possible to join Jean to have more possibilities, more luck. So of course I answered, don't ask me if I'm ready to do it. Of course I will do it. So you have to change your sail area, change your route. You go on the zone. I called Jean, who was a little bit disappointed because he had lost Kevin when the night came. So he knows the low chances that there are to find someone in this case. And we spent it was a nightmare that night. It lasted all night until dawn. You're not really in your boat. You're on the deck trying to find a friend. It's cold, 3 reefs in the mainsail. You're searching for a friend. And I was telling myself, I'm cold. I was hurting just searching for him. And I was thinking how much he must have been suffering. Already my boat was swaying a lot. And as time went by, I frankly thought that we wouldn't find it. It was finished. And when in the early morning, Jean said that he had collected Kevin, at the beginning I thought I was dreaming. And it took me some time to get back in the race. And I was really afraid for him. And I was afraid for us also after, because I told myself, if his boat broke, why not ours? So after that, the race started again, and I got back my self-confidence. But it was a difficult moment. I'm really happy that it finished well, and I congratulate Jacques Carès and all the race management for the organization that they set up with Christian Dumas. We had them over the phone. We organized the search around the zone. There was no emotion. It was really professional. He told us, Yannick, you go there, Boris, you go there, and they were very calm, and thanks to this and to them, we were able to rescue Kevin. So congratulations. Hello, Yannick. Not easy to ask a question after what you have just said. Could you tell us about the last tack? The last starboard tack that lasted 47 hours, 10.2 average. In which state were you, and how did you decide for this tack that made you win the Vendée? Yes, first the north option I took to go westerly of the Azores. And that gave me more confidence, because after having lost so many miles, when after Cape Horn, because I had a lot of problems with the foilers, some sails were unusable. I was on J3 for reaching, and I was thinking I was losing a lot of ground, but actually I was doing better, and that gave me more confidence. So I started thinking about my chances, and I was fifth. all the routines were telling me to go north. There were some weather systems up there, so I didn't hesitate. It was the only thing I could do if I wanted to catch up. And when you take an option and it proves positive, you go all the way. So sometimes on the radio interviews, I said that I had too much sail, but I didn't want to decelerate. I was able to rest and sleep a little bit. The boat was always over 20 knots. The boat was doing well in these conditions. So yes, at some point it's quite amazing. You wonder if you take a reef, but then you wait, and then you continue catching up. So yes, it was a good moment of the Vendée Globe. Bravo, Yannick. It was a very good moment. Is there one great memory for this Vendée Globe? The best memories, I have several ones. To rank them is difficult. A nice memory is the descent to the anticyclone of St. Helen, and I was neck and neck with Boris, and he filled me with his drone. We were almost stopping to have a drink in the evening. Then an unforgettable moment is being the first to round Cape Horn. So yes, it was amazing for me to be on the Vendée Globe and to be the first rounding it. It was very powerful for me because I was coming out of really difficult weather conditions. At some point, I hesitated of waiting to let the low pressure in front of me, but then I thought if I slow down, Charlie will catch up on me. So I went on, and the exit of Cape Horn was really a relief. I've never seen such difficult seas, high seas, than what I saw in Cape Horn. There was probably about 10 meters of swell. The front pulpit was ripped off. We nosedived. And also because the boat was going in all directions. If you put the storm sail, you don't have enough speed. The autopilot doesn't work well, so I stayed under J3 to keep the speed, but I was surfing over 30 knots. So you have 10 knots at the top of the wave, then you go down with 35 knots. And you have to be secure in the boat, or else you finish at the bow. So yeah, that was a memorable moment. The Cape Horn was a relief. Yannick, Charlie and Louis arrived before you, and they announced that they wanted to do it in 4 years. So you have won it the second time in your second participation. So what do you want? What is your desire now? What do you want now? So today now to drink a beer and go party with my friends at the moment, the ones that are here. Yeah, we will see. We have to think about all this. We're going to calm down and take each step at a time. Hello, Yannick. Just a question that many people have congratulated you on the pertinence of your course. When do you think you lacked this pertinence during the race? So that's a difficult question. I thought I hadn't made any mistakes. But to lack pertinence, I don't know, but because even the 450 miles that I lost along Brazil, I could not have done anything differently. Maybe some will say I should have gone easterly earlier, but I would have been caught up anyways. No, a lack of pertinence, I don't know. I can't say. The one who makes the best result is in a race, in a sailing race, is the one who makes the less mistakes. It's difficult to have an ideal trajectory all the time. So I probably made some mistakes. Maybe I didn't go all the way through with some options. But it's a difficult question that you're asking. I don't know what to say. Good evening, Yannick. So you won with small foils. Do you believe, nevertheless, that the big foils are the future, or that we should think about the evolution of the boats? Yes, I won with small foils, but it's not a reason to keep small foils. I say it because Christophe is here, the boss of Maître CoQ, and you never know. I know there was a big controversy on the foils. Are they solid enough or not? Are they fragile? It's true that all the boats that had big foils had technical problems, broke, either by a lack of maturity, boats that were too young, but others are still in the race. L'Occitane, Armel Tripon, his foils are doing well, I think. Foils, you must consider them like a turbo. You can't use them all the time. We saw it in the Indian Ocean. We were not going faster than the dagger boards because the sea was short. We couldn't accelerate. We were nosediving every time we went too fast. So we had to take the speed of the swell. And sometimes when the sea is well organized, at the end, I probably would have come back onto Maruyant much faster if I had had those big foils. It's a turbo that you must know how to use correctly, and it's certain that you must not neglect the fragility of these foils. With the IMOCA class, I think we're going to have to think about finding solutions. When you hit, we did it for the keels, because when you hit, you can tear a foil, but to avoid having a water ingress in the boat, because the boat must be unsinkable. So you can hit a foil, but the big foils is a solution. Is there another question? Or else I have a journalist from the New York Times who would like to speak. So as you don't speak English fluently, you will hear a translation.
En français, tu auras la...
Ah ouais. Yes, Yannick speaking.
Hello, Yannick. I hope everyone can hear me.
Si, très bien.
Can you hear me okay? Okay, good. Well, congratulations on an absolutely beautiful race. And first of all, I hope your hydro generators worked perfectly for you. They must have. And my question for you is, I saw you speaking with Charlie on the pontoon before you held the trophy. And I just want to know what you both said to each other, if you don't mind sharing.
So what I said to Charlie, it's intimate, it's private. No, I congratulated Charlie on his very good race. And because he fought, he crossed the line first. But I also thanked him for his reaction, because he reacted as a good sportsman, despite all the controversies that we have heard about concerning compensated time. He said there's no controversy. He said it's the rules of the race, and he accepts having finished the second, having crossed the line in real time the first, but in compensated time, corrected time, he is the second. So I thanked him for his fair play and his sporty attitude. And I even told him that in 4 years, it will be you who will carry the trophy. So the journalist is very happy and he thanks you. He's on Skype. You can take off your helmet. If there are no more additional questions, we will leave Yannick enjoy maybe a nice shower, family and friends. Yes, all this and a beer also. Thank you, Yannick.
Ilondoloze